Hello students, today we are going to learn about the parathyroid gland and the adrenal gland. So first parathyroid gland, there are four small parathyroid glands each weighing around the 50 gram to embedded in the posterior surface of each lobe of the thyroid gland. So here you can see in the picture there are four thyroid glands and the weight is around 50 gram and it is seen at the posterior surface of each lobe of the thyroid gland. They are surrounded by fine connective tissue capsules that contain the spherical cells arranged in the column with the sphincter containing the blood in between them. So now the function of the parathyroid gland. So the gland secrete the parathyroid hormone. Secretion is regulated by the blood calcium level. So the main function of the parathyroid gland is to secrete the PTH, that is parathyroid hormone, and which is regulated by the calcium level in the blood. So the main function of the PTH is to increase the calcium level within the blood, and it is increased by the calcium absorption from the small intestine and reabsorption from the renal tubules. So by this hormone, the reuptake or we can say reabsorption of the renal from the renal tubules and the small intestine is done. So it is automatically increase the blood calcium level. Now the adrenal gland. So the paradrenal gland lies superior to the kidney, enclosed within the renal fascia. So here you can say this is the right adrenal gland and this is the left adrenal gland. They are about 4 centimeter long and 3 centimeter thick. So here 4 centimeter long and 3 centimeter thick, and it is composed of two things, that is cortex and the medulla. So the outer is known as the cortex and inner is known as the adrenal medulla. The adrenal cortex produce 40 different hormones which is collectively known as the corticosteroids. The complete loss of adrenocortico hormone leads to the death within the few weeks due to the dehydration electrolyte balance. As we know, the adrenocorticosteroid is help in the maintenance of the electrolyte balance. So when the lack or the loss of the adrenocorticocortic hormone is there, then it leads to the dehydration and the electrolyte imbalance, and which leads to automatic the death. The gland are composed of two parts as we seen before, and they have different structure and different functions. So the outer part is known as the cortex and the inner part known as the medulla. So the cortex is essential to the life, but the medulla is not essential for the life. So here the hormones of the adrenal gland. So the cortex release the cortisol, corticosterone, then cortisone, then adrenosterol and androgens. And the medulla is release epinephrine and the norepinephrine. So these are the hormones of the cortex and the medulla. So first we will see about the adrenal cortex. So the adrenal cortex produce three group of steroid hormone from the cholesterol. They are collectively called adrenocorticosteroid, or we can say corticosteroid. So these are the hormones of the cortex, right? The group are glucocorticoid, mineralocorticoid, and the sex hormone, or also known as the androgens. The hormones in each group have a different characteristic action, but as they are structurally similar, their action may be overlap. So glucocorticoid. Cortisol is the main glucocorticoid, but small amount of corticosteroid and the cortisones are also produced. So cortisol is the main glucocorticoid. Commonly, these are collectively known as the steroids. They are essential for the life, regulating the metabolism and response to the stress. So it is responsible for the metabolism. It is stimulated by ACTH from the anterior pituitary and by the stress. So the hormone stimulation is done through the ACTH and the stress. Glucocorticoid having anti-inflammatory action. Now coming to mineralocorticoid. So aldosterone is the main mineralocorticoid. It is involved in maintaining the water and electrolyte balance. It stimulates the reabsorption of the sodium by the renal tubules and excretion of the potassium in the urine. So the main function of the aldosterone is stimulate the reabsorption of the sodium and excretion of the potassium into the urine. Sodium reabsorption is also accomplished by the retention of the water, and therefore aldosterone is involved in the regulation of blood volume and the blood pressure. So blood pressure maintenance is mainly done through the aldosterone. Blood potassium level regulate aldosterone secretion by the adrenal cortex. When the blood potassium level rise, more aldosterone is secreted. Now sex hormone. Sex hormone secreted by the adrenal cortex and are mainly androgens, that is male sex hormone. All through the amount produced are insufficient to compare with those secreted by the testes and the ovaries in the late puberty and the adulthood. Now adrenal medulla. So the medulla is completely surrounded by the adrenal cortex. It's developed from the nervous tissue in the embryo and is the part of the sympathetic nervous system. So medulla is developed from the nervous tissue and it is the part of the sympathetic nervous system. When stimulated by extensive sympathetic nerve supply, the glands release the hormone that is adrenaline and noradrenaline. Adrenaline is known as the epinephrine and the noradrenaline is known as the norepinephrine. So 80% is adrenaline and 20% is noradrenaline. So adrenaline and noradrenaline. Noradrenaline is the prostaglandinic neurotransmitter of the sympathetic division of the autonomic nervous system. So it is one type of neurotransmitter. Adrenaline and noradrenaline release into the blood from the adrenal medulla during the stimulation of the sympathetic nervous system. So when the sympathetic nervous system is stimulated, the medulla automatically release the adrenaline and the noradrenaline hormone. The action of these hormones prolong and augment the stimulation of the sympathetic nervous system. So the action of this hormone is long. So it's all about the hormones of medulla as well as the cortex.